So we're just here in my store today. Todd is taking a couple of days off because he needs his body to play a little catch up from racing back-to-back weekends. This brings up the topic of injury prevention. What are the things that are most important for you to do to keep your body healthy? The most important thing for injury prevention is actually early detection. So listening to your body and understanding the signals that it's going to give you that says, hey, I'm about to get injured. This can show itself in a couple different ways. The first is just your body starts struggling to play catch up. It takes longer to recover day to day, and you kind of feel like you're lagging behind your training. It can also show up as tiny injuries that you think you can ignore. But the best thing to do is when the injury starts, actually just take a couple days off. If you take a couple days off at the beginning of an injury, you might only need that couple days, and you can save yourself a lot of time off if you try to run through it and you break down your body more. The second most important thing for injury prevention that we kind of touched on a little bit in our first video was hitting the pavement consistently. So getting out almost every single day. This does a couple of things for you. First, it gets your body used to the impact of running. And second, it actually holds you back from pushing too hard on days that you shouldn't. If you're running only every other day or you're taking multiple times off, you're getting a full fitness recovery, and so you come back feeling like you can do more than you've mechanically structured your body to be able to do. Take, for example, if you're running every other day. Essentially, at this point, you're getting a nearly full recovery every single time, and so you're gonna feel really good going into every single run you do. Mechanically, you haven't developed to the point where your body can take that heavier impact every single time you run. So if you run nearly every day, even if it's only for 5 minutes or 10 minutes at a time, that's gonna be a lot better for you. That's gonna be a lot better for you, even though you might not feel the best every single time you're running. If you run every single day, you can develop both aerobically and mechanically at the same time. Even me, when I take one day off, I'll feel really good the next day. But if that next day is supposed to be a really easy day, it's hard for me to hold back. The third most important thing in staying healthy with running is building a stronger core, stronger stability muscles, and building flexibility. Notice I didn't say stretching, because we mentioned in our warm-up and cool-down video that stretching actually isn't the best way to build flexibility. There are a lot of exercises that you can work on to build flexibility that work with the same kind of core muscles and stability muscles that are much better for you in the long run. Included in all the supplementary work is things like foam rolling and massaging small areas. But what you need to know is that maintaining a healthy core and maintaining the right stability muscle is gonna keep you healthy. And so that has to do with a lot of different supplementary exercises that you should be throwing in, even just if it's to your daily routine. Having that core strength and having the right level of flexibility, because you can be too flexible, it's gonna do wonders for keeping you healthy. Now with that, there's a lot to unpack. So we'll go through all that in a different video down the road. Another thing to focus on in staying healthy is actually your weight. Now, when I got back into running a couple of years ago, I was up at 235 pounds. When I started running, thinking that I was the runner that I was when I was in college, tried to progress too quickly, and I got myself hurt. I hadn't gotten my body used to that impact of running. I've lost some of the weight since then, but it's still something that I need to work on, because if I am lighter, then my body isn't taking as much impact when I'm out running. That doesn't mean that everybody needs to try to get really skinny, but what that does mean is that if your weight is trending upwards, you need to be aware that you're putting more stress on your body. If your weight is trending downwards, you're putting less. Lastly, something that's really good for keeping you healthy is cycling your training. And that means not just cycling within a week or within several periods over the year, but also kind of randomizing what you're focusing on in training. If you do the same thing over and over and over again, your body gets used to that same thing. And having your body used to different stimuli and different impacts is actually really important. The weekly cycles will actually be one of our upcoming videos pretty soon. And then down the road, we'll go into how to cycle through different training periods over the course of a year. As far as randomizing what you're doing, one thing that you can do is just switch up whether or not you're running on roads or on trails. When you're on trails, your body is working stability muscles, and it's also a softer surface, so it's just generally less impact on your body. The counter to that is that it's working stability muscles that need time to recover, and so cycling between that higher impact on the road and that lower impact on the trail is really good at keeping your body healthy and also keeping your body reactive. Part of running is the fact that you are reacting to the ground to spring off every single step. You react more when you're on the road than when you're on the trail. So doing both of those gives you the best overall benefit. Bottom line, most important thing, be like Todd. When your body starts to break down and you feel like you could use a couple days, take them early on rather than letting yourself get injured. Todd and I'll be back at you soon. We'll see you next time. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that. You get it. We'll see you next time.